Felicitations with your interview call. That means you have submitted your CV and you have been picked through a lot of other applicants. And that means that you have already done something really well, otherwise you wouldn't have this next step. But right now, don't party too early, because also here you will need to be better prepared than your competitors that are willing that same job position. So let's get started with the 5 most common mistakes that job seekers make during that first interview call and how you can take that into your advantage. The first most common mistake that we often see is that job seekers don't come prepared to that first interview call. And with that, we are actually meaning they are not prepared about what the company does. And that is very important to put more effort into that, because as a company owner, you would like to see that the applicants are not only interested for the job position, but more important, they are interested for the job position within the company. And that is key role, because the job position, you actually can do it anywhere else. But working with that job position in that company, that is unique. And that is what they are looking for, someone that is interested to work within their company. So make sure that you have gained some knowledge what the company does, how it operates, and what is the difference between them and their competitors, so you can explain better to the company why you choose to do that specific job position within that company. Let's get to the next step. The second most common mistake that job seekers make is that they are extra highlighting to even repeating exactly what was already been standing on their CV. And so before we even go further, let's give you a better explanation between the difference of submitting your CV and that first interview call. Because once you are submitting your CV, the company will look into that CV, and that means that they already know exactly what your qualifications are, your past work history, but more important, they already have a great idea about your skill sets. And the reason that I highlight extra skill sets is because today anyone can put whatever on a CV and say, I'm a great problem solver, even if they are just the opposite. And so in order to prevent miscommunications, they ask you to come up to the first interview call after submitting your CV, and even your CV is being picked up, they are convinced you are a great potential candidate. We still want to be ensured that we are taking the right fit within our company. And so that means that they want to hear from you examples instead of name tags. So don't tell them I'm a great problem solver. No, show them by example how you came up to that conclusion. And so look into your past work history and take the best examples that could highlight your skills better to them. And next to that, I want you also to remember that this is a job interview call to get a job and not to find a friend. And that means don't talk about your private, but talk about job-related experience. And that is key for them to understand that you are aware that this is in fact a professional interview call rather than just a casual interview call that you can do with anyone from your friends outside of this position. The third most common mistake that job seekers make is to talk bad about their previous employers. And that is one of the worst things you can do during a job interview call, because if you do that during a job interview call, the company that is interviewing you will think that this could maybe be one day you doing that same about them to a next employer. So don't do that mistake. Even if you didn't like to work in the environment, or you had some issues in your previous work, don't mention that during this interview call, but just rather say that there were a few things that was bothering you, but you still have learned from there, and you rather not to disclosure that information to not harm the company in any way or shape, because eventually you was happy to have the opportunity to work for that company. Remember, you came probably to that interview call one day to want to work for that company, and they took you in. It doesn't care if there were bad moments during your work experience, they already have given you the opportunity to work in that company, and you are asking right now a new company to give you again the opportunity to work in their company. So if they will think that the only thing that lost afterwards is that you will start talking bad about the company, then they may don't want to take you within their company, just because they are afraid that you could harm the company's reputation at one point or another. So always keep it in mind to keep the reputation of a company high, and don't talk bad about any company you worked in the past. The fourth most common mistake that job seekers make is to be overconfident about their skill sets during a job interview. And there is nothing wrong with having some degree of confidence. Just make sure you're not coming over across as someone that already knows everything, because most often these personalities are less likable between their colleagues, what could affect the workplace spirit. And next to that, what we also seeing is most often these personalities are less likely to take advice so easy in order to improve their current skill sets and improve their performance. Always remember, there is always room for improvement, and maybe the way how you can highlight that during a job interview without coming over to be overconfident but more humble is by saying something in the line like, I believe that I have the skill sets, the necessary skill sets in order to perform these tasks, but I believe that there is always room in order to improve my current skill sets. And I believe because of your company is doing so well in the current market, I am confident that I will learn so much from your company in order to improve my current skill sets, and hopefully being able to overperform your expectations towards me. Let's go to the last and final fifth mistake that most job seekers make, and how you can take benefit from this knowledge. The fifth most common mistake that job seekers make is to not ask questions once the company at the end of the interview is asking you, or you have any questions left for them. The best answer or the best question you can ask them is, how do you know in 1 year's time or I was the right fit for that job opportunity? And what that will do for them is that they will be able to visualize you within that role for next year, and show them also that you are interested in knowing how they are thinking or what they are looking to in order for their own satisfaction. And next to that, it also will show them that you are willing to work for at least 1 year and hopefully even longer. Thank you so much to watch my video. Make sure to watch my next video, and if you still are not subscribed yet on ExactJobMatch, make sure to go down on the link and sign up on the job board ExactJobMatch, because there you will be able to find multiple job opportunities that could be interested for you. And because it's a job aggregator, what means that you will find for multiple regions the many job opportunities that are there right away and most of often companies are willing to list their job positions on job aggregators rather than local job boards, because a job aggregator will have a broader view and probably will attract more right fit candidates for their specific requirements. So if you are still looking for a certain role, make sure to sign up to ExactJobMatch and start looking and applying for the right jobs where you have interest in. Thank you so much to watch my video. Make sure to watch my other videos and the next videos I will publish to give you more insights in how you can outperform your chances in getting the best job fits for you. Thank you so much to watch my video, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.